Hello, everyone. Welcome to Asha Travels. Here, I will be sharing travel tips, solo adventures, stories from my journey around the world, and some of my experiences as a Peace Corps volunteer in Tonga. It's been a beautiful journey so far, so I felt it was very important to kind of connect with like minded people and show a little bit of my adventures so far. So, let's get started. Here, I'm actually traveling to Bangkok, Thailand. I'm on a flight from California to Bangkok. I flew with China Airlines, and their menu was exquisite. They had so many options for food, drinks, beverages in general. Like, they were giving us food every 3 hours. They were bringing me, topping up my wine, topping up some champagne, topping up some cocktails. And you know, your girl loves some cocktails. So I was relaxed. I had a good flight. It was a very long flight, but it was worth it. The food was very healthy. As you can see, they were giving small portions, but very much needed and kept you filled the entire time. When I did get to Bangkok, I got to an Airbnb that I stayed at my entire trip. Airbnb was beautiful. Had a pool, a gym, a very nice spacious apartment with a full-size kitchen. For the first 2 days, I decided to kind of relax, take it easy. Because it was such a long flight, I wanted to kind of recover from the jet lag, so ordered in, just took it easy, and it was very fun. Day three was I started my excursions. I started off with some of the temples in Thailand. Beautiful, beautiful temples. That's the number one thing if you're in Bangkok or really any part of Thailand, I would highly recommend is you visit one of the many, many, many temples they have all throughout, from Bangkok to Chiang Mai to Chiang Rai, Phuket. They're everywhere, so you honestly cannot miss them. But here I booked, I think, for the entirety of like my trip, I had like 3 or 4 temples overall that I wanted to see, and there were some smaller ones. So yeah, just come with me as I travel throughout the temples and relish in the beautiful views.
The book in Thailand here is not made of the paper. It's made of like the leaf of the tree. Yeah, and also have the wood. Also, yeah, no paper. Okay, up. And you can see like the lemons here, like two men here. This is the guardian sheep, yeah, for protecting something outside. And this one we call Bussabok. Bussabok, it contains the membrane of the king. Yeah, yeah, we have 4. Number 1, number 2, UTR, which is capital. And this one,
ทำไมเขาไปไวจังอ่ะ
C 开局了。
เพราะว่าศาลาอันนี้ก็เป็นศาลาที่ใช้เป็นที่ต่อครับจะให้ด้านบนครับผมร้อนนะครับร้อนนะเลยครับ
เฮ้ยเฮ้ย Really, it's hot. I was fascinated during this tour, particularly because this has been my first time really being inside of a temple of that size. There were so many temples all throughout Bangkok, and this was the first time actually going to the first location. So I was amazed by the architecture, the historical context, the cultural context of like the level of respect, and how people tend to pay their respects religiously to the king via these temples. And I did also see like monks and different other like students, group of students that were attending different ceremonies and services inside the temple as tourists were there. So it was pretty unique opportunity. I do want to note that if you are going to any temple, please make sure that you are following cultural guidelines and being very respectful. Number one thing is taking off your shoes before you enter. I didn't realize before I went, I probably should have taken some socks, that it was going to be so hot that day, so my feet were burning. I'm talking burning dogs, but it was okay. I got through it. The views kept me distracted from my feet roasted, and I had a good time. I had an amazing time. And another thing about being at the temples too, please keep in mind that you will need to cover up, women and men. So if you're gonna go, make sure you're wearing pants that are either knee length or longer, or for women like dresses or tank tops that are covering your shoulders. Or if you're wearing something that's not fully covering your shoulders, just take like a scarf or something to cover, because if you go to some locations and they don't feel like you're dressed appropriately, they may very much not allow you to enter. So that's just one thing that a lot of people come across after they go to enter, and then they get frustrated. Just keep that in mind. I was actually really surprised that this temple was a lot less crowded as the previous one, but it came to my benefit because I did get to see a lot of it, mostly, probably all of it actually, within a 30-minute time span. I am a little bit regretful because I didn't get to film all the temples that I went to. I booked like 3 temples and I ended up going to like 5 overall because some of them are free, and I just did not get the video because your girl was hot. Thailand was so hot. Like, I was not as prepared as I should have been. I was burning. I was thirsty. I'm like, I gotta record, I gotta get to these, and I gotta go home. The very next day, we got on a beautiful chartered bus with some AC, which was amazing to have. It was giving luxury. I loved it. And we went over to the bridge over Kwai to see some beautiful statues. We got on a boat ride. We saw the train that comes in frequently. It was a pretty dope experience. Then we went to Erawan National Park. Let me tell you about this park, guys. This is a must. When I'm telling you, if you're in Bangkok and you don't go to this, you did not fully experience Bangkok. This park is like once in a lifetime. You're going to remember this when you're like 85 years old on your deathbed. And if you don't go, you're going to be like, why did I miss it? But to describe it, this park has 7 different waterfalls, right? You start off at the real calm, real chill level with where the kids would swim, and you're seeing blue, clear, gorgeous waterfalls with some fishes in there. Everybody does have to wear a life vest, but basically each waterfall, the higher you go, the more fit you have to be. Let's just put it that way. I had such a great time here. I met some other travelers that were doing solo trips, and They took some amazing pictures of me and some videos. I took some great footage of them, which came so clutch. And I think that's the number one skill you have to have as a solo traveler is making friends because they will come so clutch to different experiences, really inviting you out to different places. It's so fun. People from around the world, you just get along with them very well that way. Now, when you get to the higher level, like 6 to 7, you do have to have a lot more physical strength. Like here, this is the seventh, and it says you are the conqueror for a very good reason. We made it because, honey, by the time we got to the end, our legs were hurting, and we're like kind of out of breath, to be real. But we got it done. The very next day, I chartered another bus, booked this excursion, and I went to Pattaya. I wanted to get like a nice little beach vibe, so I ended up going on an island called Koh Larn, and this was super fun. We did so many activities. I went on like this like water slide in the middle of the ocean. We did some like feeding the ducks. We did some, of course, they had drinks that were included, tea. I took some very nice professional pictures. I was feeling like a model, I was looking good. And then we did some banana boat ride. This was pretty cool. Again, some nice pictures. The photographer was killing it with the drone, and I thought I could swim up there for a little bit, so I had myself semi floating and swimming. And this one was such a cool shot because he gave me instructions on exactly what to do. And as you can see, my semi okay slash poor swimming skills are here on display, but it was worth it because the views were immaculate and I really thoroughly enjoyed that well spent day at the beach. Found myself going parasailing because I thought it was going to be fun. Never did it before. Aesthetics and pictures will tell you, oh my gosh, that looks so fun. They're having such a great time. Reality will set in, and reality will sound a little like this. Jesus is Lord. Jesus. 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 My Lord. So yeah, I accomplished that, but at what cost? Fear aside, I got some pretty nice pictures of the parasailing. The charter ended up coming to pick us up. We ended off the night pretty nicely. He dropped us off at the hotel. Guys, that is all for today. This video drained me, but like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will be posting part 2 of the Thailand trip.